The Cottage, by Daniel Judson, performed by Lauren Ezzo. Waking, Kate hears through her half-open bedroom window the sound of something moving in her backyard. Sitting up, she listens to dead leaves crumbling beneath dragging feet, and though the movement ceases completely after several steps and is followed by a moment of silence, it resumes soon enough. This continues, starting, stopping, silence, starting again, and with each cluster of steps she hears, their source grows closer. It doesn't take much for Kate to be sent back to the moment when her life was shattered to pieces, or for the rush of gut-wrenching fear that accompanies that memory to be triggered. But nothing does that job better than the sound of footsteps in the dark of night. She is feeling it now, that primal and overwhelming terror, as strong tonight as it was the night her husband was murdered just steps beyond their front door. Motionless, except for her darting eyes and the rapid rising and falling of her chest, Kate can only listen to the sound that causes her blood to run cold. But the concern for the safety of her children, asleep upstairs, kicks in, becoming more powerful than the numbing fear, and Kate throws off her blanket and moves to the edge of her king-size bed. She is barefoot, clothed only in boxer shorts and a tank top, which serves to compound the deep sense of vulnerability she feels as her feet hit the floor. With no weapons of any kind to reach for, she snatches the cordless phone from its charging cradle with shaking hands, thinking of the long minutes she'd be required to endure, should she, in fact, call for help, before the police would actually arrive. Phone in hand, Kate moves toward the window that overlooks the backyard, open with the blinds partially raised, to let in the cool spring air. The knowledge that she is, for the moment, all that stands between her children and some unspeakable harm gives her the steel she needs to peer out. The backyard has always been a safe haven. For her own children now, but also for Kate and her older sister, back when their grandparents lived in this home, and she and Rebecca would spend their summers with them before finally moving in year-round, following the death of their parents. Just large enough for a swing set, sandbox, and an aluminum tool shed, the yard is surrounded on 3 sides by dense woods, and the motion-activated light mounted in the second-floor eave illuminates every corner of that space. The light also confirms for Kate that something has, in fact, entered her property. She stands at the window for a moment but sees and hears nothing, then concludes that whatever was there has perhaps by now moved around to the front of the house. Turning, her heart thudding, Kate scrambles to maneuver the small room, negotiating the narrow pathway between the bed and dresser. She reaches the bedroom door in a matter of seconds, hurries through it and down the short hallway, passing the steep stairs that lead to the 2 upper bedrooms where her twins are asleep. Pausing there, she listens for any sign that her children are awake. But hearing none, she enters the living room. It is the largest room in a house of small rooms, but the picture window at its opposite end is still just 7 or 8 strides away. Crossing quickly and standing before the plate glass, her body surging with adrenaline, Kate can see the front lawn, roughly double the size of the backyard, and the driveway that winds at an incline alongside it toward Old Town Road. Not far from the house are 2 towering oaks, and just beyond them, standing in the dark, is the empty cottage. Kate again sees nothing, but despite her all-out panic, she has presence of mind enough to note that the motion light at the front of the house has yet to be activated. Watching the scene frantically, she desperately holds on to the hope that she will soon view a meandering deer or some other animal cross into the front yard. Much of Westport is still heavily wooded, and all manner of animals traverse her property in search of food, day and night. And yet, as often as that occurs, it is always the fear of another kind of animal, a 2-legged animal, that strikes Kate hard when strange noises are heard. Within seconds of her surveillance, Kate's attention is quickly drawn back to the cottage, and there she sees the very thing she fears most.